How about them Seahawks, baby? Now look, I know this is the Bills rebuild, but I just want to take a minute to say, Geno Smith is my MVP, and he is daddy. Now, was it a bit of a lucky win? Maybe. Their coaching was horrific, and that's coming from someone that has to watch Pete Carroll every week, but a win is a win, and I couldn't be happier that it was against Russell Wilson. That was fucking amazing. Let Geno bake, or whatever. But like I said, this is about the Bills, not the Seahawks. I just wanted to take the little chance I get to say that. This Bills team really surprised me in week 1. I was a bit lower on this team because I was a bit lower on Josh Allen. Now, he did throw 2 picks in the game against the Rams. One was his fault, one was not his fault. One was like a drop. The other was very questionable and like behind his receiver, but overall he was good. They blew the Rams out, which was really surprising to me. So yeah, now I'm kind of on the train that this is the best team in the league. The Chiefs did look very good too, so they're up there. The Bucks are up there. But yeah, I definitely at the very least think they're like a top 3 team. But super quick before we get into a breakdown of this team, if you have an attention span of more than like 5 seconds, more than a goldfish, let's see if we can just hit a super easy 15 likes on this video. I'm just setting it super low because I want to like guaranteed hit it. And let's see if we can get to 470 subs-ish. Both of those should take you like 2 seconds. Turn on notifications while you're down there. I mean, you can do it all at once. And hey, if you sub, it'll make you an OG of the channel, you know what I mean? And big shout out to, I think it was Hershey, for the suggestion. Go drop them a sub. Their link is in the description. And of course, if you want a shout out like that one, just comment down below what team I should do next. It's super easy. And if/when I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out. I'll drop you a sub. I'll tell everyone else to sub to you, all that good stuff. But let's get into a team breakdown here. Share the video with a friend, anyone you think might enjoy, because YouTube apparently hates me lately. But let's get into a breakdown of this team. Wait, am I not using my custom roster? Hold on. All right, here we are with Mikey McDingle. And man, this Bills team is nice, I'm not gonna lie. Let's just jump right into it though. Josh Allen, I would say top 5 quarterback. Bills fans aren't gonna like to hear that. They're gonna want to hear number 1. I still think he makes kind of weird decisions at times. I don't know. He still has a tiny bit of that old Josh Allen in him. You can take the Josh out of the Allen, but you can't take the Allen out of the... I have no idea. There's some joke to be made there, but maybe you can take the Josh Allen out of Wyoming, but you can't take the I have no idea. And it doesn't matter because Wyoming isn't real anyways. So yeah, I think Josh Allen's clearly very good. I mean, clearly, I thought he was overrated being the number 1 quarterback in people's eyes. I think people forget he threw like 16 interceptions last year or something, and not like the highest amount of touchdowns. And I mean, I know stats aren't everything, but he doesn't have the worst offense in the world, clearly. A main part of that being Stephon Diggs, one of the better receivers in the league, and he definitely showed that on Thursday night. Absolutely torched that Rams secondary, one of the stronger secondaries, at least with Jalen Ramsey. At this point, I definitely think like borderline top 5 receiver. I don't know how much higher I would put him, but yeah, he's a stud. I mean, there are a lot of good receivers in the league. I think you can sneak him into the top 5, and I wouldn't complain. Gabe Davis, I picked him to have a breakout year. A lot of people did, and in the first game, he definitely showed a lot of that. Definitely a bigger bodied receiver, but I think he has sneaky good routes too. His routes are not bad at all. And a guy that I actually thought would break out again in Jamison Crowder was really good for the Washington name redacteds. Went to the Jets, and everyone dies when they go to the Jets. Like, everyone's just a shell of their former self. And in his first game back here, at least, he looked alright. Nothing special necessarily, but he definitely looked a bit more like his old self. Isaiah McKenzie didn't have the best game. I have him in fantasy, and I'm kind of disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Running back room, I wasn't the biggest fan of James Cook coming out. Devin Singletary, I'm also not the biggest fan. I just don't love this group. It's not my favorite in the world. Dawson Knox, rest in peace, his brother. I don't want to say that and then like trash Dawson Knox. I also think he's a touch overrated. I'm sorry, but man, I feel bad to any Bills fans watching this. I don't hate your team. I just, like I was just saying, I think this is one of the best teams in the league, but now it's sounding like I hate this team. I don't. I definitely don't. I think Dawson Knox is solid. I don't think he's anything more than that. I think he could be a lot more than that, though. This line is definitely very good. Deion Dawkins, one of the more underrated tackles in the league. Same with Mitch Morse, in my opinion. Nobody talks about him. He's been good for a while. I think he used to play for the Chiefs, if I remember, and he was good there too. I definitely think he's a good center. Now the guard position is a bit more shaky. Roger Saffold did not look great in the debut. Ryan Bates, same deal. He really didn't look good. I actually like Greg Van Roten more, but they're not playing him. At tackle, they have, where is he? Oh, Spencer Brown, yeah. He starts at tackle. I like David Kessenberry a bit more, but yeah. And then this defense is absolutely unfair, to say the least. Okay, I need to go best lineup. So let's start with their addition this offseason. Von Miller is back. He added power to his game too, which I didn't know he was gonna. He has that old man strength now. I think even that power moves rating could go up more because he's even more of a power rusher than a speed rusher at this point. He is a monster. I think could finish the year as one of the best pass rushers in the league again. Best safety duo in the NFL. Micah Hyde, Jordan Poyer, amazing. Trey White is injured quite a bit, but when healthy is very good. Teron Johnson, I'm gonna give him a dev trait, but yeah, pretty underrated corner. Now, weird thing here, Kyer Elam is getting, I guess, outplayed by Christian Benford and Dane Jackson. He's lower on the depth chart than them, even though Benford was like a 6th or 7th round pick, and he was what? Was Elam first or I think he was late first, right? So I really don't get that. Whatever, dude. Greg Rousseau, I am also expecting to have a breakout year. It definitely won't hurt to have players like Von Miller next to him. Boogie Basham had a really good game against the Rams. AJ Epinesa had a couple sacks. I wanted the Seahawks to draft him a couple years ago, but he hasn't really worked out for the Bills, but I think he will eventually. This defensive tackle group I really love. Ed Oliver, another player that hasn't really broken out yet, but is technically due to at some point. Jordan Phillips, a guy who I have believed is very underrated for a long time. Showed a pretty nasty spin move in the Rams game. I bumped his rating up for that. Yeah, dude, I've always thought he was a really underrated defensive tackle. I even really like Tim Settle, Daquan Jones. I kinda like, I guess. I know I have him at the same overall, but like still, you know what I mean. Matt Milano, very underrated linebacker, obviously. Terrell Edmonds, no, that's Tremaine Edmonds. I get them mixed up for obvious reasons. Pretty overrated. He's horrid in coverage, and yeah, enough said. He had a decent game against the Rams, though. I also kind of like Andre Smith. I don't know if he's ever going to really get any playing time, but I do like him. But that was a lengthy team breakdown. Like I said, really like this team, even though I did seem a bit pessimistic about some of the players. If you watch my videos, you will know that I'm kind of pessimistic about every team to some extent. I like to just be realistic to say, hey, this could be a problem, but this is good, you know what I mean? But I am so excited to rebuild this team. They have such a bright future, especially with Josh Allen. Let's get to the mid-season point of year number 1, and hopefully we're doing well. So we actually have a few like breakout things here. We have a receiver mentorship. Is this going to be like Diggs mentoring Jamison Crowder mentoring Gabe Davis? That's pretty nice. We'll go getting open. Let's go deep route because I think that's our scheme. So yeah, he gets +2 release, +2 deep route. That could prove to be pretty huge. And then we have training camp standout Tremaine Edmonds. He's already good enough at tackling. Let's go play rec. I think that will be pretty helpful. +5 play rec, you love to see it. Huh, that must be a new Bills jersey. Maybe I've just never seen it before. That's quite the interesting jersey. Also, the back of his uniform said Rousseau. I don't think that's correct. Well, maybe he switched positions, numbers, and stole Tremaine Edmonds' look. I don't know. Also, I just want to point out the score of the Rams game we just had was very close to the score in real life. Just thought that was interesting. Okay. I think I'm gonna leave that train sound in just to let you guys know what I'm dealing with. That was so loud. But, at the midseason of year number 1, we are 4-2. Honestly, I was kind of worried this team was going to flop. I was worried it was going to be one of those teams where they have a good roster, but they just do not perform in Madden. Kind of like the Patriots a lot of the time, even when their team is good, they just kind of suck. Like the Rams. Also, another interesting thing I just noticed, every single team in our division has 4 wins. We're 4-2, the rest of the teams are 4-3. That's pretty interesting. We have some upgrades here, though. I wonder if there are going to be any key players, just Devin Singletary. Okay, I mean, starting running back, not bad. But we have some re-signings here. I hope it's nobody major. Okay, we have Jordan Poyer, Dawson Knox, Devin Singletary, Jamison Crowder. Actually, quite a few starters. Well, let's start with Jordan Poyer. I would argue he's the most important. He's already 31. That makes me feel so old. Let's offer him... Oh, he doesn't want to stay. Why would you not want to stay on this team? I seriously don't get it. Well, next time, I guess we'll just offer him very player-friendly and hope he takes it. Dawson Knox, he is interested in coming back. Thank God, you better be. And he does take just neutral. Beautiful. Now, Devin Singletary, how is he doing this year? Let me check out some of his stats. If he's doing well, obviously I'll re-sign him. Only 3.9 yards per carry. That's not ideal. And in real life, I didn't realize his yards per carry were that high. Because that's pretty good, but only 3.9. I'll wait. I mean, he could have a rebound in the second half of the year, but that's not the best. Jamison Crowder, he is good, but he's older, and I'd like to replace him with a younger player. Sam Martin, just so we don't have to worry about punter, I'll re-sign him. Let's go player friendly, and he does take that. Beautiful. And who was the last? There was Tremaine Edmonds. That could be bad if we don't get him back. Let's go just neutral, very cheap actually, and he does take that, okay. Now Jordan Phillips, I do like him in real life, but he is quite a bit older than I expected. I thought he was more like 27, but he is 29. I am not gonna re-sign him unless he is a stud this year. If he plays well, I'll definitely re-sign him, but for now, I'll wait. And then we have a lot of depth players here, I guess technically some that do get playing time in real life, but let's just wait until the end of the year to re-sign some of those, and hopefully we can finish the year strong. Okay, we finished the year 14-3. Now, it looks like I was kind of worried for no reason. This is probably the best team in the league. Let me see. Where do I check standings, actually? I should know this. View standings. Okay. Where does that place us in the league? Are we number 1? Yes, we are. Saints are number 2. Jaguars? Huh? What? I mean, some of these teams are realistic. I guess like the Colts, Browns, Broncos, they all have good rosters. Packers, Bucks, Cowboys with Dak Prescott. Saints is pushing it, and then Jaguars, they just lost to the Commies. They were up by quite a bit, and then they just folded, I guess. I don't know what happened, but yeah. But we have some upgrades here going into the playoffs, coming off a win against the division rival Patriots. Some actually huge players here, like they should be big parts of our future, all younger starters for the team. I upgraded his slot, but he doesn't actually go up in overall. That's shocking. I don't know if that's ever happened for me. Maybe they actually patched slot because it was kind of broken before. But let's see who we're gonna be taking on in the playoffs. It is going to be the 10-7 Kansas City Chiefs. Now, they didn't have the best year in the world, but they still did well enough to make the playoffs. Now, they do have a better overall than us. They're at an 84 compared to our 82. They have a much better offense, but we have the better record. We had the better season. We should have more morale. We have some upgrades here, hopefully more important players. Oh yeah, huge players. Josh Allen and, well, I wouldn't say AJ Epinesa is super important to the team right now, but at least Josh Allen is. And then let's see, we have a scenario here, the first of many. I hope it's of many. It is at least the first. Okay, so what should we do? It is the first year, so I kind of want to guarantee the win, but like I've said in my past rebuilds, I think it raises their morale. So let's go play it cool. Or not morale, but it raises like their hit power or something. I don't know. It just makes them mad and makes them play harder, basically. But I'm not going to jump into this game here yet because it is only year 1. In year 2 and 3, I will jump in. So let's just sim this out and hopefully we can take down the Chiefs. Okay, well, we did not take down the Chiefs. We lost 30-7. I'm not even gonna click the recap of the first of many. Yeah, we got smoked. Let's get into the offseason. Let's forget that ever happened. How about that? Hey, well, at least we lost to the eventual Super Bowl champions. The Chiefs take down the Cowboys 24-7. They beat them 24-7, you know what I mean? But we have some upgrades here. Are these just, oh, these are just going to be practice squad players. Yeah, okay, I'm stupid. I thought it was going to be an award. But speaking of awards, let's check out some of our season stats. Okay, Josh Allen wasn't great necessarily. He wasn't the worst. 4,700 yards, 32 touchdowns is a bit low for him. 9 picks isn't bad, only 62% completion percentage. Not the best. He didn't get sacked a ton, 38. I mean, That's not the worst ever. In terms of rushing, Devin Singletary looks like he got a lot of attempts, but didn't really do a whole lot with those. Had 1,100 yards, which is good, but only 3.7 yards per carry. He just got a lot of touches. 13 touchdowns is good, but I mean, touchdowns are situational. I don't think they're a very important stat for running backs, at least. Stephon Diggs was very good in terms of yards, though. 1,500 yards, only 4 touchdowns, though. This was a weird first year. 1,000 yards for Gabe Davis, 6 touchdowns for him. Jamison Crowder looks like he got all the receiving touchdowns with 800 yards and 10 touchdowns. Dawson Knox was alright, 600 yards and 6 touchdowns. Blocking, how was our offensive line? I thought we had an all-castration team member, but we don't. It was pretty terrible, at least Deion Dawkins and David Kessenberry. Now, the interior was very good. I'm not going to plan on, well, maybe Ryan Bates. That's not great for a right guard. But Roger Saffold was very good. Mitch Morse was solid. The tackles were not. They were terrible. Oh my god. Okay, I see something. Terrell Bernard has 126 tackles. That's good. Tackles for loss, 15 from Greg Rousseau, 13 from Ed Oliver, and 12 from Von Miller. And now, the sacks. Yeah, 27.5 from Von Miller. What's his name? Like, Vonnie Bivashon Miller or something? Some weird name. I don't know what made me think of that, but 27.5 sacks for Vonnie here. And the rest of the D-line wasn't bad either. 8.5 from Ed Oliver, 8 from Greg Rousseau, only 4 from Jordan Phillips. I expect him to do better than that in real life, assuming he stays healthy. But yeah, definitely not going to complain with 27.5 sacks. In terms of interceptions, we also did all right. Terrell Bernard, Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate, 126 tackles, 4 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 4 picks. 4 picks also from Trey White, 3 from Johnson, 2 from Jordan Poyer, and 1 from a couple of players. We were second in defensive yards. We had a very good defense. Our offense was mid, but our defense was very, very good. Tom Brady wins MVP. Russ at number 2, Aaron Rodgers. You know, realistic, at least top 4, probably not Deshaun Watson, with him being suspended, but still, Jameis Winston up there. Yeah. Oh, Josh Allen is up there, surprisingly. Oh yeah, I forgot. They changed the simulation numbers, which is good. They changed the passing stats because they were, you know, a bit extreme, but it does seem like they nerfed them back down, if you will. We are AFC, not NFC. Offensive player of the year goes to Joe Mixon. Interesting. A lot of running backs up there. Robert Woods up there. Why is Kareem Hunt on the Texans? Are there trades in the game now? Like more trades or something? Because clearly not on the Texans. That's interesting. No Bills up there though. Defensive player of the year does go to Von Miller. Now I was worried about, not Von Miller, he is Von Miller. Aaron Donald winning that, but I forgot we're in different conferences. And he didn't even win it. Chase Young won it. I kind of want to check out some of the stats this year because he must have had a monster year. Any other Bills up here? No. I'm kind of surprised to not see Ed Oliver, but yeah, it's fine. Breece Hall wins Offensive Rookie of the Year. No Bills. Defensive Rookie of the Year? No. Terrell Bernard comes in at number 2. Devin Lloyd wins it. That kind of sucks. That would have been a lot of XP. Kaiir Elam at number 9. So, very good record this year, but we did have some kinda disappointing players like Josh Allen, Devin Singletary. Some of the defensive players, I guess, I don't know. Overall, the defense was very good. It seemed like more of an offensive problem, so let's get into the offseason, and hopefully we can make some upgrades to this team. This game literally shaves years off my life, so it has a big crashing issue this year. I don't know if it's just me, but when I loaded the game back up after it crashed, it showed my Rams rebuild as the first franchise on the list, and I thought this just got deleted. I thought it didn't get saved or something. I'm doing it online, so I mean there would be no way that it didn't get saved, but I just don't trust Madden, and I thought there was some way that it just got lost. But we're good. It was number 2 on the list, even though I didn't open the Rams franchise. I have no idea. We have some upgrades here. This might be no, it's just more fucking practice squad play. What the hell? Oh, I have to do this again because that didn't save. I forgot about that. It's so stupid. But we have some re-signings here. let's see who we have to re-sign. So Jordan Poyer isn't the best overall anymore. How was his season? Did he have a good year? He regressed quite a lot, like 4 or 5 overall. Not the greatest year ever. I guess it's solid. It's not good for him, but overall, it's a decent year. 2 picks, 4 pass deflections, 38 catches allowed. Let's see what kind of contract he'll take. We'll probably have to go player friendly. Let's try player friendly. I don't even know if I want to give an 82 overall 3 years. I'm going to wait until the offseason to re-sign him. I know he's kind of a fan favorite, but it just doesn't really make sense to re-sign him here. Devin Singletary, I'll pass. Jamison Crowder was good, but I'd like to get younger there. Isaiah McKenzie, kind of same deal. Yeah, I think I'm going to let most of these players go. Jaquan Johnson needs a cut. He's already 27. I'm good. Dane Jackson is a kind of starter in real life. I'll re-sign him. I think he re-signed. I went too quick through that. And the rest of the players, I guess I'm good. So let's get into free agency and hopefully we can make some upgrades. All right, so here we are in free agency. Let's see who is available. Okay, I definitely want Kareem Hunt. Definitely. He plays so well in this game. He's very interested in joining. It should be a no-brainer to pick him up. Who else is here? Mike Gesicki really didn't get used by the Dolphins in yesterday's game, which is really weird. I didn't expect that, but yeah, they just don't like him for some reason. I don't get it. But let me take a look at this team. What do we really even need to get? I guess line. Yeah, our tackles were pretty terrible. We let David Kessenberry go. I probably should have started Spencer Brown there, but I'm just not the biggest fan of him in real life or in the game. James Cook is listed as the starter. Another player I'm not a huge fan of. I don't know if I said that in the intro of this video, but yeah. We definitely need a safety. Terrell Bernard did go up to star, so that's pretty huge. Maybe a corner? No, we don't really need a corner. I guess just safety, maybe a linebacker, but probably not. And offensive line, maybe a receiver, and definitely a running back. So these are the 2 players I'm going to be going after in free agency. As most of you guys know, I don't like spending that much early on. I just like to wait, build through the draft, and then fill out any hole we have. Pause. But these are the 2 players I'm going to be going for. Kareem Hunt, obviously you guys saw, should be a big upgrade to our running back room. And then we're going to be going after Julian Love. I would re-sign Jordan Poyer, but like you guys know, he's just not interested, and he does have 3 teams bidding, and they are bidding pretty high, so yeah, I'm just not going to be able to do that. I don't want to pay him. I don't want to pay him long term, especially. If it was just 1 year, I would pay a decent amount, but he wants like 3 or 4 years. I'm good. And by the end of this year, Julian Love and him will probably be the same overall anyways. And Julian Love, is only asking for like 3 to 4 mil a year. So I would way rather take that than pay Jordan Poyer like 8 to be the same overall in a year. You know what I mean? So just kind of a downgrade, but it's kind of a necessary downgrade. I almost simmed a week because I still forgot about the new thing you can do. Let's do that. So targeted, let's just press down the stick, you know what I'm saying? Pause, and both of them signed with us. Beautiful. Here we are in the 2023 NFL Draft, and my Seattle Seahawks have the #1 pick. Now, what are they going to do with this pick? Hold on. Are they going to take a QB? They better. What are they doing? Okay, they do take a QB. David Palmer. Interesting. I don't know why I wanted to see that. I just kind of did. But we pick at number 28. Obviously, because we did well this year, we were in the playoffs, all that. But I think what I'm going to do here is definitely go with an offensive lineman. I fully scouted ooh, this guy looks good. I fully scouted a few of them. Brian Stevenson looks amazing. Not much power to his game, but that's fine. We have an agile scheme anyways. He's not super weak either. 32 reps for center is good, especially at his size. Brandon Decker also looks good. Nice name, too. And then who was the other one I fully scouted? It was Matthew Clark. His impact block isn't that good, and his run block might not be great. He doesn't look as good as the other 2, but I think I'm going to go Brian Stevenson with this pick. It is technically a reach. He's projected 2nd to 3rd round, but I think the talent is there. He's 6'2", 315, 22 years old, left-handed, just like me for real. out of Colorado. Obviously a center, like I said. He ran a 4.86, which is amazing for a center. 32 reps, which is okay. Good vertical jump. Like first or second, or I guess third for pretty much every combine drill. A awareness, just lots of A's across the board. A couple D's, but I think the good outweighs the bad. Let's take him. And he has hidden, just like I expected. I was kind of worried he might be a player that's a good overall with normal, but definitely an amazing pick. And now I kind of don't know what I want to do with this next pick. Ooh, A finesse moves for a defensive tackle. That's not bad. This guy looks really good. A impact block, A finesse moves, maybe A to C player rec. Could be an A, like I said. B awareness. Not the best run defender, but he does have good reps, good 40-yard dash. Let's take him. Fuck it. He does have normal, but good strength, good speed, good jumping, interesting, good excel. Might be a decent player. Ooh, this guy skipped the combine. That's interesting. Only decent strength. He did perform at his pro day. 31 reps is okay. That kind of rhymes. I want to take him because he skipped his combine, but he doesn't look the best in the... Fuck it, let's do it. He's only 21, and he has hidden dev. Beautiful. This draft is a lot worse than I thought it would be. Was this just a super weak draft class? That's my guess. Let's see. No, there was a really good player in there. This was actually a pretty strong draft class. That's kind of disappointing. Blake Bryant is a stud. I'm guessing he has X Factor, maybe just superstar, but he looks like one of those generational players. Maybe not quite that level. He has superstar. Okay. Would have loved to get him, especially after losing Jordan Poyer, but I guess we have a replacement for him. There was also a very good running back, good receivers. Very interesting draft class. Very top heavy, it seems, but yeah. I didn't do the best. Brian Stevenson is only a 73. I mean, I guess that's about what I expected him to be. I thought he would be closer to 75. It's just he gets weighed down by the lack of really any power blocking. But overall, good player, 73 agile, like I said, good at nothing else really. He doesn't look like that bad of a pass blocker. I'm surprised he's only rated a 64. But yeah, he'll be a good, I guess, maybe guard. I might move him outside to guard because he is 315, which again, that's surprising he doesn't have any power because he's bigger for a center. I mean, he's short, but he's like heavy for a center. I don't know. Just kind of a weird player. In real life, he would be a player that you would probably want to lose weight because the power doesn't do anything for him anyways, so I don't know. Whatever. Now, PJ Youngblood, I am really surprised about him because he is really not good. He has 75 finesse moves, 89 strength. Why is his overall bad? Why is he only a 70? He has good awareness, good play rec, good speed, good strength, good power moves. Okay, tackle. Is the tackle in pursuit weighing down his overall that much? I don't know, but that was not the best pick ever. I thought that was a good player, but apparently not. Edward Hudson also wasn't that great of a pick. I kind of expected that though. Yeah, just no run blocking, is a good pass blocker. Not much, what are his low stats? Run block, yeah, he's just not a good run blocker. Is a good pass protector though. I might do something weird with him. I might honestly play him at right tackle this year or something. We'll have to see. And then the CPU did really nothing else. The best player they took was Chris Newhouse at a 66 overall, so I guess he'll be an okay backup tight end. Here is a look at the team going into year number 2 of the rebuild. Obviously a bit different than year 1. We added a couple new linemen in, what's his name, Brian Stevenson. I swear I still need to get better at remembering drafted players' names. And what's this dude's name? I have no idea. Edward Hudson. So those are our 2 new linemen, right guard and right tackle, respectively, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, our offensive line just was not good last year. If Dion Dawkins plays poorly again this year, I will probably get rid of him, to be honest. I mean, sure, he's a good overall, but if he's playing terrible, we're not going to go very far. The receiving core is mostly, well, it's actually not really the same. We got rid of, what's his name, Jamison Crowder, and the name's not going to come to me. Isaiah McKenzie, I just couldn't remember who was there. But we have Khalil Shakir, and I added Marquez Callaway. He was just kind of sitting in free agency, so I was like, why not? And then obviously Devin Singletary is out and Kareem Hunt is in, so hopefully he does a lot better than Devin Singletary did. And I just want to point out, Devin Singletary had like 1,100 yards, but only like 3.9 yards per carry or whatever it was. if Kareem Hunt can get even like 4.3, 4.4, he could end up as like nearly a 1,500-yard running back, so I don't know, he might have a monster year here. And then the defense also is, actually our defense is relatively the same. The only big change is we are losing Jordan Poyer and bringing in Julian Love. He should be a good replacement though. He's a pretty good cover safety slash nickel corner. And then on the D-line, we're losing, what's his name? Dude, I'm so bad with names right now. What the hell is his name? Jordan Williams? No. What's his name? Jordan something. I can't remember. Jordan Phillips. We're losing Jordan Phillips and bringing in well, I guess we had Tim Settle, but he's going to be the number 2 defensive tackle this year. Obviously, we drafted Youngblood, but he wasn't as good as I thought he was going to be, so he won't be starting. I guess he can be the 3, though. Did my game crash? Oh, okay, cool. Love this game. Okay, so it full-on, like, entirely crashed and closed, but we're back now, so a lot of this defense, like most of my rebuilds for year 2, is just development. Ed Oliver, I don't know if he'll end up working out, we'll see, but he's at an 83. He could get close-ish to a 90 by the end of this thing, but like I said, it's all about development. We do have a pretty nice team. Now, something I didn't mention, which is kind of unfortunate, in my custom rosters, I haven't gotten to a lot of the teams yet, and I kind of go with lower overalls, and I have gotten to the Bills so far, so we're kind of technically at an immediate disadvantage, but later on in the year I'll get that fixed clearly. Probably in the next couple weeks I'll have my rosters completely done, probably within the next week. So expect those to be available for download, by the way, only on PC unfortunately, but I haven't really gotten any negative feedback for them, other than the fact that people don't like TJ Watt as a 99. There are some hardcore TJ Watt fans out there, I didn't realize that. Like, there are people that'll come for your throat, pause, if you even say he's like not the number 1 pass rusher, like number 2, like whatever dude, I don't care. But yeah, let's see how this team can do, and I'll see you at the midseason point. Wow, at the midseason point of year number 2, we are 5-1. It looks like the Jaguars fell a little back down to earth. I mean, they're still 3-4, which is probably better than they should be. But it's better than, what, 12-5 like they were last year. We have some upgrades, though, hopefully important players. Greg Rousseau, and I guess some depth, like high-end depth, so that's not bad. But we have some re-signings here too, hopefully nobody too major. So Micah Hyde, Ed Oliver, ooh, he isn't interested either. Gabe Davis, Tyler Bass, yeah, a few starters in there. Oh, also Roger Saffold, Tim Settle, AJ Epinesa I probably won't bring back. So yeah, we have some pieces in here. I think the first one I'm going to start with is going to be Micah Hyde. Let's try neutral. It's like 1 year, 12 mil, and he takes that. Okay, cool. That seems like a bit... no, it doesn't really seem like an overpay. Never mind. I would be comfortable paying him like almost 20 per year or something. Ed Oliver, let's go... Ooh, we don't have much cap left. We only have 12.7 mil. Well, assuming we sign Ed Oliver right here, let's go. We're gonna have to go player friendly. Let's go. Yeah, let's try player friendly. It's 4 years, about what, like 12 per year. Let's try that. And he doesn't want to re-sign. I might not be able to bring him back, and honestly, I might be okay with that. We'll see. Gabe Davis, definitely want him back. We'll try neutral. It's about 3 years, about 6.5 per year, so let's try that. And he takes that, cool. It's always nice when players aren't picky. Cough, cough, Ed Oliver, you whore. I'm sorry, that was mean. Let's go Tim Settle, though, just in case Ed Oliver doesn't come back. Ooh, we can't afford him. Let's try this. Should I try team friendly for him? I feel like he would be the type of dude to accept that, you know what I mean? We can't even afford that. We have some serious cap issues now. Huh. Okay, well, I kind of regret re-signing Micah Hyde already, because maybe we could have gotten him for cheaper after he regressed, but this is kind of a tough situation. Well, I guess we'll reassess this at the end of the year. Hopefully it kind of clears itself up, just kind of how it normally does in real life and in the game, but we'll see. Are the Bills just the best team in the game or something? I don't think I've ever had even like a positive record in year 2, but we go 13-4. Now we have some upgrades here, just like at the midseason point. Any good players? James Cook and Greg Rousseau, beautiful. But we got a first round bye once again, coming off a win against the Jets, not by much, but it's still a win. Most of the time you lose in week, I guess 18 now, I almost said 17. Let's take a look at the teams here. Any weird ones? I guess Washington. But most of those teams are kind of like realistic-ish. I guess Carolina, not so much, but Rams made it at only 8-9. The NFC West must not be good. But Josh Allen had a much better year than last year. 4,600 yards, well, I guess I wouldn't say much better. 39 touchdowns, I would hope not, just 9 touchdowns. 10 interceptions, 64% completion percentage. I mean, he upgraded in pretty much every category, but not an amazing year, but definitely a really good year. Kareem Hunt, it looks like we just gave him way less touches. 1,100 yards, 4.2 yards per carry, 16 touchdowns, 2 fumbles. Not a bad year for sure. Stephon Diggs with 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns. Gabe Davis with 905 touchdowns. Not 905 touchdowns, you know what I mean. Khalil Shakir with 900 yards and 11 touchdowns. Very good year for from him. I started him in the slot. So yeah, it's good to see he can perform. And Dawson Knox, 800 yards, 8 touchdowns. Good year from him. In terms of blocking, this is going to be the interesting thing. Actually, a lot better. This might be the first time I've ever seen a right tackle let up more sacks than our left tackle. Well, I guess maybe that's happened before. I think that happened with the Cowboys with Tyron Smith and Terrence Steele, I guess. But yeah, Edward Hudson was not good as our right tackle. Deion Dawkins was very good this year, though. Roger Saffold was very good as well. Mitch Morse was good. And Brian Stevenson was good. Overall, amazing group here. Other than Hudson, but hopefully he developed a bit. Yeah, 74, okay, not bad. He's a pass protector, so you would think he would be better at that, but apparently not. I see another insane year from Von Miller. We'll get to that in a second. Terrell Bernard, Defensive Player of the Year. Look at this stat line. Good lord. 140 tackles, 12 tackles for loss, 2 sacks, 3 picks. Good lord. I think we might have number 1 and 2 for Defensive Player of the Year. Maybe best linebacker? That could be the case, we'll see. Matt Milano had 100 tackles as well, 20 tackles for loss from Greg Rousseau, 18 from Tim Settle, Jesus, and then 12 from Bernard like we saw, and sacks, good lord. 24 from Vaughn, that's insane. 14.5 from Ed Oliver, that's kind of painful. I hope some money just kind of frees up this year, like just from contract shifting into New Year's, because that's an insane year. That's really good. That's one of the better defensive tackle years I've seen. Obviously not including like Aaron Donald, or I don't know where Aaron Donald's listed in this game, but yeah, that's a crazy year. Greg Rousseau with 10 sacks as well. So much pressure. And then interceptions, great amount too. 3 from Bernard and Hyde, 2 from Trey White and Teron Johnson, then 1 from a lot of players. But let's check out yearly awards. Our offense was mid again, so maybe their offensive playbook isn't great. Defense was also not amazing. It was 10th. How about scoring? 7th in points scored. Okay, that's where we're better. How about defense? 1st in point. Okay, yeah, that's where we're better. I see. Dak wins MVP. Okay, I mean, didn't he win that last year here? I swear. Maybe I'm crazy, but I swear that's back-to-back for him, right? I don't know, I recorded the first part this morning. But yeah, yeah, Josh Allen's up here at number 5. You'll love to see that. Sean Rowe for the Eagles, interesting. And what team are we? We are the Bills. We're the Bills. I'm not tired. You are. Do we have? Yeah, we have Josh Allen at number 10. Beautiful. Defensive Player of the Year goes to Khalil Mack. Von Miller at number 2. I'm going to have to check that year. And Joey Bosa's. They must have each had like 20 sacks. 20 plus sacks. And Terrell Bernard all the way down at 7. I'm surprised to see him so low. He was a monster. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Eric Saunders of the Chiefs. Chris Newhouse, our backup tight end at number 5. Interesting. Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dalton Ford of the Steelers. Any Bills? No Bills. I want to see, did we win Best Linebacker? Really? They gave it to... Okay, well, that's fair. All the way down at 8, really? So it just counts pass rushers in here, that's what it does. But I want to see the season Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa had. Where are the Chargers? Let's see. What? Nah, that's rigged. Okay. Well, they had a lot of tackles for loss, and I guess they each got a pick. I would rather, I don't know about you, like, just personally, I would rather have, he didn't get many tackles for loss, I guess, but I would rather have, what, 9 more sacks and, what, 20 or 18 less tackles for loss? Or is it even 18? Yeah, I think, or it's like 16 or something, I don't know. But yeah, I would rather have Von Miller's season than Khalil Mack's. I don't know about you, but that's some Chargers bias. Not that that exists, but you know what I mean. Okay, so in the divisional round, we are taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Interesting. I'm hoping our defense can have a field day against Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews. They're really good offense. Do we have a good run defense? I want to check that. I don't check this very much. Oh, we have the best run defense. Okay, that's nice. We have the best points allowed, or the least points allowed, best rush defense, run defense. They have a very good pass defense, though. We have an okay pass defense. It's right about like 16 or 17. So, oh man, I don't know. We'll see. But let's jump into this game. I really hope we can win it. Edward Hudson gets an upgrade. That's actually pretty big. I like that. At least a little bit better on the offensive line. We have first of many here. What do I want to say for this one? I'll again go play it cool. I think that's what it is, right? Yeah, play it cool. I don't want to give them any more morale or whatever, hit power, where I don't know what it gives them, but I don't want to give them anything else. But let's jump into this game and let's hopefully take down the Baltimore Ravens. All right, here we go against the Ravens. We're seeing their opener. Who cares? Let's skip it. But the divisional round, Buffalo against Baltimore. Let's see if we can take down the Ravens. All right, Baltimore jumps out to an early 3-0 lead, of course, from Justin Tucker. We tie it up. This is a game of great kickers, I will say that. Tied at 10-10, 17-10. Great game so far, 17-17. They go down and actually take the lead for, I think, the first time. 27-17 Baltimore. It looks like they're running away with it, and it ends up, I think, 34-24, if I saw that right. Yeah, we were just barely hanging in there for too long, and eventually they just ran away with it. It was a hell of a shootout, but they just took it away. They only end up winning by 10. I guess it was a bigger defeat at one point. I'm guessing Josh Allen, yeah, he threw a pick. Not a great game from him at all. Only 50% completion percentage. I guess they each had that. It was definitely not a good passing game. We should have gone more on the ground. They absolutely destroyed us on the ground. So much for the best run defense. They had 6 yards per carry just about on us. That's unfortunate, dude. We could not get the ground game going at all. Only 2.7 yards per carry for Kareem Hunt, who was supposed to fix that for us, but man, it really doesn't look like it had an effect. So in the Super Bowl, the Packers actually take down the Cincinnati Bengals 42-32. Interesting Super Bowl. I mean, I guess technically could happen this year in real life. I don't think either of those teams are quite there, but I mean, weirder things have happened before. I mean, it would have been weirder for the Bengals to make the Super Bowl last year than it would be this year, you know what I mean? Like, nobody saw that coming at the beginning of the year last year. I don't know, you kind of just never know. We really ran away with the division, though. We were like, what, 4 wins better than the next team and like fucking almost 10 wins better than the other 2 teams. But we have some re-signings here. This could be a huge problem. It does look like my dreams came true, I guess. We do free up more cap space. However, I still don't think Ed Oliver is going to re-sign. We'll offer him very player-friendly. I'll even go a bit higher than that because I mean, he's worth paying this kind of money. He had a monster year last year. Let's offer him 5 years, about 16 per year. I hope he takes that, and he does. Okay, perfect. Big overpay. Well, not really getting 14.5 sacks, but I mean, for here, technically, it was a big overpay. I disagree, though. Tim Settle, man, he had a lot of tackles for loss. He did pretty well. Let's go neutral. Let's see if he'll take neutral, and he does. Okay, he was very interested in re-signing. That's why, you know, he was able to come back for that amount of money. The rest of these players, I just don't really have a desire to keep them, and I really can't. Tyler Bass, I'll re-sign. Let's go neutral. I guess I can't actually do that. I'll re-sign him in free agency, or I'll look for a different kicker. I really want him back, but we're broke, so we'll see. So do we have any cuts we can make? I really don't know. No, Deion Dawkins was really good last year. I'm definitely not going to cut him. Mitch Moore, same deal, he was good, and that wouldn't even really save us anything. We would just have to kind of probably even pay more than that. Yeah, we just can't really do much here. Ryan Bates, I guess cutting him would save a little bit of money, but it's only 3 mil. I mean, shit, I would love to have that in real life, you know what I'm saying? But, like, here it doesn't really help us that much. Dane Jackson would save us about 2 million. I mean, I guess that's something. I'm probably not going to be able to do much with that money, but I want to at least get some interesting addition. Oh god, could you imagine adding Rashawn Gary to this pass rush group? Good lord. Justin Herbert's here. He doesn't really do well in this game, though, for some reason. I don't really know why, but he just kind of doesn't. What was weak? Our pass defense was weak, right? I think that was the bad part of our defense. God, every time I see Cam Curl, I just think Chief Keef. He doesn't even really look that much like him, but I made the comparison in one of my rebuilds, and now I can't unsee it. I don't know. He doesn't look that much like him, but just enough for me to be like, you know what I mean? Ooh, Patrick Queen with Superstar Dev? What the hell? I might get him, actually. So these are the only 2 players I can really afford to bid on. Tyler Bass is going to be our first offer. Obviously, really good Bills kicker. One of the better kickers in their history. Is that unfair to say? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's still early in his career, but he's been really good so far. But I guess kickers can kind of change. I don't know. And then Patrick Queen. That Superstar Dev is just super intriguing. I love when players are still young. That sounds weird, but I love when they're still young and they have a really good dev trait like Superstar, obviously. Because most of the time they really develop. So let's see if either of these... Nope, I withdrew that. I am so dumb. I always do that. I don't know why. I always press Y instead of left stick. But let's see if either of them sign right off the bat. So Patrick Queen did sign with a team. Did he sign with us? He did. Beautiful. And let's see by any chance if Tyler Bass signs. If not, it's not the end of the world. He doesn't yet. I'll let you know if he does sign eventually, but let's get to the draft. So we have a 5th-year option for Greg Rousseau. I'm definitely going to pick this up. He was a beast last year, so yeah, easily, not even a question. He had, what, 10 sacks last year as our 3rd best pass rusher? That's great. Now, I guess you can make the argument that they were double-teaming Von Miller and he just had kind of free sacks, but even if they were, I mean, it still was effective. Yeah, it's kind of a no-brainer to 5th-year option him. What do you call that? Pick up his 5th-year option? Yeah, that's what you call it. I'm stupid. And Tyler Bass does sign. Beautiful. So, I just didn't know this, but Roger Saffold retired. He was like one of our best linemen last year. I would argue or maybe Stevenson was our best lineman, but god, I don't know. He was one of our better linemen last year on a pretty good offensive line, so that's tough, but maybe we can replace him. I mean, typically left guards don't do that well in this game, so it's good to have one you know that can play well, or that you know can play well. Also, Micah Hyde regressed, but he went up to X Factor. That's interesting. Also, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like a dev trait regression got fixed. Like, if you didn't know, you can have it off, but they will still, their dev trait will still go down, but it looks like they actually fixed something, which is shocking. But I'm just trying to find positions to target in the draft. We already have enough young linebackers. We're good. Bruh, I hate this game so much. Okay, well, as I was saying, we have enough linebackers. Maybe a depth... No, we drafted Youngblood last year. Maybe a 4th pass rusher. Maybe another corner. Safety, maybe. Definitely 1 or 2 offensive linemen. Maybe a number 2 tight end. A number 4 or 3 receiver. I guess we still do have some positions of need. They're mostly depth positions, but positions nonetheless. God damn it, I'm so tired. Okay, so the Texans have the number 1 pick in the draft. How are we feeling about a trade up? So I couldn't trade for the Texans pick. They were just wanting physically more than I could trade for that pick. Like, we probably would have had to trade like Josh Allen for that pick or something. Like, I'm clearly not gonna do that, but let's sim a few picks. So they go with Grant Van Buren, a tackle. Let's sim the Bears pick too. I don't think no, they don't. How far do I think I can push this? Saints go Ricky White, a QB. Lions go Kelvin Myers. Cardinals go John Boyd, and let's go one. Nah, the Jets would screw me over out of any team. One of my least favorite teams. Let's see. Okay, they don't go with the player I want. Perfect. God, dude, I want to trade up, but I found another problem. Every team is like broke. I can't afford to trade enough, or they can't afford to take my trade. I wanted to add Matt Milano, but maybe I shouldn't, but I also kind of wanted to, because I mean, he's older, he's expensive, but I don't know, dude. Good Lord, that took so long, but finally we are able to trade up with the Eagles. We have to pay our first this year, our first next year, which doesn't matter because I'm not going to take that pick anyways. This is the last year, and a 6th this year for the 11th overall pick. If this player is not good, I'm going to cry. The player in question is named Junior Everett. He is a 6 foot, 220 pound safety. He's only 21 out of Texas. He is a hybrid archetype. Ran a 4.44 at the combine. You know who else ran a 4.44? Justin Jeff 4.44son. That's all I'm saying. He's a god. A to C awareness, C block shed, which is meh, but I like the A man coverage, A to C zone, B play rec, B pursuit. Not great tackle. Weirdly enough, at his size, 6 foot 220, he's more of a coverage safety than a a run defending safety. I guess this is another player you would say they should probably lose some weight, you know? Hit the gym, homeboy, you know? Like, you're just hurting yourself more by being thick, you know what I mean? Pause. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Let's take him. God damn it. God damn it. He has normal dev. He has 90 speed, 69 strength, nice, but the normal dev is killer. Maybe he'll be a good overall. I don't know. We'll see. Is it a bit questionable to trade up a first round pick for a safety that might not even be good? Yes, but it wouldn't be a rebuild of mine without, you know, doing that. And it wouldn't be a rebuild of mine without taking an interior offensive lineman every single year. So we're going to go Jose Esparza, I think, is going to be the pick. He is only 21 out of Washington State. I didn't even see that, so go Cougs, let's go. 36 reps on the bench, which is good for sure. Very good. A awareness, A lead block, A to B run block finesse, A to B impact block. Overall, just looks pretty solid. Not the best run blocker and doesn't have the best power, but looks like an overall good player, so let's take him. And he is normal. God damn it. This is weird. A deep threat with bad deep route running. That's really bizarre. I have never seen that. What is he good at then? What makes him a good deep threat? He doesn't even look bad. He just has bad deep route running and medium route running, and I guess catching traffic. What is this dude good at? And what is he like? What? That's a weird player. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Quentin Harrison. I was like, ooh, he's intriguing. He has good catching stats and maybe good deep route. And then I go to his speed and he ran a 4.6. Yikes. Let's go William Gallimore. He's not that fast. He ran a 4.7 at the combine. He is a vertical threat. I thought he would be faster. Still could be a good player. Looks like he has good catching stats. Good awareness, not good spec catch, but I guess you kind of take that with everything else looking decent. Let's just go with him. He'll probably be like a 65 overall or something, but maybe a bit higher and could be our tight end too. Jason Pounds, at least buy me dinner first. Wait, and Sammy Pounds right after him. What is this? Is this like a gangbang type deal? Like what? Back-to-back pounders at center? I don't know about that one. This might be one of the biggest scams of all time. I'm trading Spencer Brown, our backup tackle, and Tommy Doyle, another backup tackle, for a 7th round pick from the Bengals because there is a player I want to take. And this Hunt guy, he's a defensive end. He was a backup for them, but he has star dev and he's only 23. So, get scammed? Man, my drafting has been rough lately, I'm not gonna lie. So, Junior Everett is only a 75 overall. I am really disappointed by that. He has really good man coverage. His zone just isn't there. His tackling, pursuit, like none of that is there. It's pretty much just athleticism and man coverage, and that's really it. Kinda disappointing, like I said. Jose Esparza is pretty decent. He's a 75 overall, great strength and lead blocking, good impact blocking, good awareness, just no power and not the best run blocking in the world. Well, really good run block finesse, actually, but it's weird. His pass blocking is better than his run blocking, but his run block finesse is better than his pass block finesse. I don't really get that, but okay. And I was 100% right about Gallimore. He is a 65 overall flat. That's exactly what I guessed. Disappointing, but oh well. And I took the Pounds brothers, I guess I'll call them. Jason Pounds and Sammy Pounds. One from Nebraska and one from UCLA. They're not good. I didn't expect them to be good. I just thought their names were funny because I'm immature. You guys know that though, and I took another interior offensive lineman because he had like a lot of A's, but apparently that didn't matter because he also sucks. And then the player I traded up for is kind of disappointing, Chad Hartwell. He has 98 speed, but that's literally all he's good at. I mean, he has good deep route running, decent catch in traffic, surprisingly, but like, that's it. Terrible short route, like, just speed. He's only speed. That's it. So here is a look at the team going into the final year of the rebuild. Obviously, not the greatest team I've ever made, but a very good one. And the thing about this team is I expect it to develop a ton this year. I mean, look at the offensive line. A player we drafted, I think Esparza we drafted this year, Stevenson and Hudson we drafted last year. So those three I expect to develop maybe 3 to 4 overall each. This receiving core isn't the best I've ever had, clearly. It's just not very deep. Cap space has been a pretty big issue throughout this rebuild, but Stephon Diggs is close to a 99, could reach it by the end of the year. Gabe Davis still has potential, obviously. Khalil Shakir is still, what, like 24, 25 maybe? Yeah, only 24 still, and he'll be in the slot, so he'll probably develop. Josh Allen is still probably, what, 27? Maybe 28? Yeah, 28. He'll still probably go up to a 97 overall by the end of the year. Especially with morale, he'll be even higher. Like, so this team still has so much upside. I kind of want to do another year. Unfortunately, I'm out of time. I got to get this up tomorrow morning at like 11. It is currently what? It's currently 8. I got to edit a long video and get it rendered and uploaded by like 11 tomorrow. So might not be the best scenario for me, but we'll figure it out. That's how I do most of mine anyway, so we'll see. But yeah, this defense also looks very good and has not as much potential as the offense necessarily, but still a ton of potential. I mean, Ed Oliver plays amazing. Tim Settle was great last year. Like, our entire D-line, they're all studs. They play even better than their overall, including Von Miller. The secondary, not the best ever. I mean, our pass defense, even with, like, 60 sacks, 70 sacks, I don't know how many we had, that's a huge exaggeration. However many sacks we had last year, our pass defense still was lacking, so that means the secondary must have been really bad, or the linebacker, I don't know what it was, but it should have been a lot better. The linebacking core isn't great, but it is deep, and they're still young. It's okay. It's like the definition of meh. It's not bad. It has more upside than it is apparent, I guess I would say. We'll see. The safeties, I'm not the biggest fan of what we have. I mean, I love Micah Hyde, obviously, but Jordan Love and what's his name? Junior Everett. That's a super funny name. I don't know why I love that so much, but it sounds like a football player. I don't know why. Or like no, it sounds like a baseball player. That's what it sounds like a 1940s baseball player. I don't know. Either way, though, our secondary still has a lot of upside, clearly. Kyrie Elam, Teron Johnson, Christian Benford, even. Like, it's a deep secondary for sure, especially with the corners and backup free safety. So let's see how this team can do. I am very excited. The first 2 years were clearly amazing. Unfortunately, we couldn't get much done in the playoffs, but this team plays much better than its overall in the regular season, so let's get to... I'm just going to go straight to the end of the year. There's no reason for me to stop at the midseason. I'll go straight to the end, and let's see how we can do. Okay, so here we are at the end of year number 3. Now, before I show how we did, if you have made it here and you haven't liked the video and subscribed yet, what are you doing? Why? What's the reason? Clearly you enjoy it if you've made it all the way here. What's wrong with you? But in all seriousness, let's see if... I had a hard time saying seriousness. In all seriousness, let's see if we can get to 470 subscribers and just 15 likes. Are those the goals I set? I think so. Those should be really easy. We're only 6 away from 470 and like fucking, I don't know, it's 15 likes. That should be so easy to hit, so please do that. I just want to set super easy goals because no matter what I set, we seem to get like just under it for some reason. So I'm going to get it super low so we can go up again. You know what I mean? It makes sense to me. I don't know if it makes sense to you. Either way though, I'm sure you can guess how we did based on all the morale here, but I just want to say that I am like a god with guessing the overalls because I said like 2 to 3 for each lineman. Stevenson went up 3 with morale. Hudson went up 3, and then Esparza went up 2. I think I said 3 or 4 or 2 or... I don't know. I don't remember what I said, but I'm a god and respect me. Put some respect on my name. Diggs is a 99. Josh Allen's a 98. Like, everyone here has developed very well. Looking at the defense here, Von Miller's up to a goddamn 95 at what, like 36 years old probably? How old is he? 35? Yeah, close enough. 35 is the new 36, I guess. I don't know. Ed Oliver at almost an 89. I keep almost mixing their names up because they each have a V in their name. I don't know. I'm stupid, so it's confusing for me. I don't think Teron Johnson went up all year. That's kind of disappointing. Trey White is up to a 93 with morale. Patrick Queen up to an 83 with morale. This team is very good. We're up to an 85, but funny enough, this is our worst year so far, but we still went 12-5. Now, we've been steadily declining each year, unfortunately. We were, what, 14-3 in the first year, 13-4 in the second year, now 12-5, which normally my rebuilds go decent year 1, awful year 2, and then good year 3. So I guess I can't be too disappointed because we're still really good, but I don't know. Let's check how the team did though. So Josh Allen had maybe his worst year so far, arguably 4,900 yards, which is good, 33 touchdowns, but 11 interceptions and 63% completion percentage. I know they lowered the passing stats and everything, but that's not a great year. Oh, well, Kareem Hunt more than made up for it. Oh my god. 1,600 yards and 23 touchdowns for Kareem Hunt. 5.8 yards per carry. That might be the most yards per carry I've ever had in a rebuild. That's insane. No fumbles, by the way. I don't know if I said that. 1,400, almost 1,500 yards for Stephon Diggs, 11 touchdowns, 1,105 for Gabe Davis, 904 for Khalil Shakir, and 809 for Dawson Knox. Blocking, was our line good? Whoa. Okay, so Hudson wasn't as bad as last year. He got better, but still wasn't great as a right tackle. Deion Dawkins returned to his bad form. He let up 12 sacks. Mitch Morse let up 8 sacks as a center. Not ideal. Our guards were great, though. Jose Esparza and Brian Stevenson. They were both very good. Von Miller's just like the best player of all time. Okay. Patrick Queen had 126 tackles, which led the team. Only player to get over 100. And tackles for loss, Von Miller with 21. If he didn't win Defensive Player of the Year this time, I'm gonna scream, dude. I'm gonna piss my pants and scream. I don't know. Greg Rousseau with 14, Tim Settle with 12, Ed Oliver with 10. In sacks, Von Miller with 20. Ed Oliver, whoa. I'm not pressing it. Oh, my cord was stuck on it. I'm stupid. Ed Oliver with 10 sacks. Greg Rousseau had a bit of a down year with 7. Everyone regressed a little bit in terms of sacks, except Tim Settle. He had 5. I think he had 4 last year. Even PJ Youngblood, barely getting any snaps, it looks like, had 3 sacks. Maybe I should have played him a little more. He only got 136 snaps. If he played a full year, hold on, what would that be? That would have been 22.1 sacks. I mean, he wouldn't have gotten that, but imagine, that would be insane. Okay. And in terms of interceptions, Trey White with 4, that's nice. Patrick Queen and Micah Hyde each had 3, and then a few players had 1. So, very good year. I'm trying to do math in my head. I'm like, is 21 right? Or 22 right? I don't know. But we were 7th in defense. Very good defense. 3rd in points scored. That's nice. How's our defensive scoring? Also 3rd. I hate how it still doesn't show it if it's the same as the last one. I don't know what the point of that is. And 3rd, what? I don't know. Okay. David Palmer wins MVP of the Seahawks. I watched him get drafted. He was like the 1st overall pick, and apparently he ended up being good. He must not have been a great overall if he's only an 80 overall now after having a very good year, but still. Let's see. No. there. Or, no, Josh Allen is at number 5. I forgot what team we were for a second. I was thinking Seahawks, even though I'm just stupid. But yeah, Josh Allen comes in at number 5. Jalen Hurts at number 6 on the Bucks. That is certainly interesting. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to probably like 33 or 34-year-old Robert Woods. Okay. Kareem Hunt doesn't win it. He comes in at number 2. I am in pain. Defensive Player of the Year does finally go to Von Miller. If he didn't win it, I was gonna cry. He beats out Mr. Overrated. I'm sorry, that's so mean. He's not overrated. He's just, I think he's the second best pass rusher in the league. People think he's first by a mile. I hard disagree. Whatever, I'm sorry. I've said there's number 1 right there. I've said my piece. He's a bit overrated. I'm sorry. But no Bills up there other than Von Miller, of course. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Dustin Halen of the Chargers. Okay, that's a fruity name for sure. And Defensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gabe Booker, more like Gay Booker. I don't know, it just kind of sounded like that. I'm really tired if you can tell. No other Bills up there for Defensive Rookie of the Year. Unfortunate. But here we're going to be taking on the Denver Broncos in the playoffs. We have a first of many scenario thing, whatever. Okay, let's go play it cool for sure. I always do this time, or through this rebuild it hasn't really worked for me, but I don't want to risk it, so I'm not going to. But here we're taking on the Denver Broncos. Now, I know this ain't the Seahawks rebuild, but once again, I just want to say the Seahawks beat them yesterday as of when I'm recording this, and I just want to say 43-8. That's all I want to say. All right, here we are in the wild card against Denver. Buffalo looking nice in those blue unis. Let's see if we can take down Denver. Now, imagine if we beat them 43-8. Imagine I called it. But here we go. Denver takes an early lead 7-0. We're not getting much done on offense here. We're getting consistently stopped. 14-0, 21-0, 21-3. Maybe they'll end up beating us 43-8 or whatever. 27-10. Yeah, this is kind of getting out of hand. 27-17, 27-24, we're coming back, and it doesn't look like we can stop them. We end up losing 30-24, and my game crashed. Love this game. But unfortunately, that is the end of today's rebuild. Obviously, no game stats for that because the game crashed, and it didn't save any of that. But yeah, unfortunate way to go out, but hopefully you guys still enjoyed. I think I created a pretty great team here considering the situation of no cap space, some older players. Of course, if you did enjoy, like I was saying, be sure to like, sub, turn on notifications, and let me know what team I should do next, because of course if I pick your comment, I'll give you a shout out. You already know that though, I've already been through this whole routine a million times. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, I hope you enjoyed it, and as always, I will see you guys again in the next video. Goodbye.